Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Bishop, the Tier 5 British SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Ruinberg under the command of CriticalCarpet3. Wow, what a name. Well, that's an odd one. Okay, now the Bishop is actually known as the Ordnance Quickfire 25-pounder on Carrier Valentine 25-pounder Mark 1. That's its full name. Obviously, most people just call it the Bishop instead because it actually looked like that was a bishop's pulpit. Yes, the British had a thing about naming artillery after clerical figures. Well, this one's got the 4.5-inch howitzer, which is the top gun on the FV304 450 Alpha, 28mm pen, 2.2 meters on the burst radius, so it can damage enemy tanks, even if the shell just lands right next door to them. But best of all is the fast fire rate. Standard reload, 12.37 seconds, and we can see here Critical Carpet has got 10.66. And his first target is going to be the M6. He's dialing in, rounds out, direct hit for a first shot. You can see it landed on the front quarter. He's actually picking the spot on the enemy tank where he expects to hit it. That one got the tracks, knocked them off. It immobilizes the guy, and just behind him is a Juno. He's landed in a tier 6 game with tier 5 tanks, and he puts one into the Juno as well. Okay, firing in on the M6 again. A 90mm armed American heavy takes another hit, this time on the front of the vehicle. And he's pulled back out of sight. No, our teammates can't see him at the moment, which means we've got difficulty. He's looking around for another target. He's found one, a KV-1SA and a KV-1S. Okay, the SA is the auto reloader, and the 1S is the lighter version of a KV-1, or the sports version, you might say. But it's got a different cupola and slightly different shaped turret. It was actually made lighter. Gets another hit on the KV-1SA. He's stripping that guy of health. Now the good thing is, Critical Carpets is blasting away, making most use of his howitzer. He's got a kill, finally, and he's now looking down the other end, because there should be an enemy tank down there as well. The KV-1S is gone. Ah, okay, we've got another one, but he's over here. It's a Zadimajka, the Polish tank destroyer, the tier 5. And we've just spotted the M6 that we were hitting earlier. Well, we've got an obstructed rescue, and what happens when that happens is that normally there's some obstruction in the way, and the shell might hit that obstruction before hitting the target. But the M6 goes down, so he's got rid of that problem. He fires a quick snap, or did he? I'm not sure if he did actually, but he's loaded now, ready to go. He's trying to get a shell onto the Stug 3 Ausrung. And he does get it. He managed to thread the needle and put the shell through the gap into the Stug, and he's got himself another kill. Okay, Juno's moved to the same position as the M6. Probably doesn't realize why the M6 died. Yes, because he kept getting hit. So he's decided to work that problem, work the corner, and now he's receiving shells. Down to 252 hit points. 2 shots should be enough to finish him off. Now he's changing position, or is he defending himself? Well, whilst he's making up his mind, we'll go to the other Juno, who's just a little bit further up the road. And the first shot actually goes a bit long and explodes over the other side of him. But I'm pretty sure he'll be able to put another one directly on target. He adjusts, fires, and yes, that's a direct hit. But only 62 hit points because it hit heavy armor. The guy's backing up. He obviously doesn't like getting hit. He reckons that this is Arty's street. Round comes in, hits him again. 89 hit points. Okay, well, we've got an obstructed rescue again. We fire the round in, and yes, a direct hit. 183. He's taking more damage. In fact, he might be down to a 1 shot if we were lucky. Rounds out. And it's not a lucky shot, but it's 190, and now he's definitely a one-shot. No doubt about it. Next shell will take him out of the game. You just need to put it on the target. Rounds out. And that's it. Yep, he's gone. That's his third kill. Critical Carpets is racking them up. And there's only 4 enemies left, so if he wants to get a medal, he's going to have to kill 3 of those enemies. And there's one he can kill, the SU-100. He's only taken a little damage at the moment, but, well, that shot's taken a bit more. And he's angling to try and get another one on him, but he's on the move. Oh, we find a bit snap there. I think he thought that the SU-100 would move forward, but he didn't. And now he's actually backing up behind our SG-8 to ram him one up the rear. But we hit his rear with a shell landing on his engine deck. So he's now hugging that wall. He knows that that wall will protect him. He doesn't know where we are, but he'd probably take a guess. Now, we don't really want to meet him in person. There's only 2 enemies left. They're Arty, which is a 105 FH-18B2, and of course the SU-100. But the SU-100, he could have the 122mm gun, so he could be capable of one-shotting us if he managed to find us, and he has found us. But I think that is not the one. That's not the 122. In fact, I think that's the 85mm gun, because he's only been hit for 164 there. He shotguns the SU-100, takes him out, but he did lose a lot of damage, a lot of health, and his howitser's been damaged. The enemy Arty is on a short distance away, but he's within range. And he's just gone down to the A20, so no chance of any more kills. But 4 kills for CriticalCarpet3. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for CriticalCarpet3 in the Bishop. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10. And he got a Stark's medal for receiving at least 2 shots from the enemy, 2 hits, blocking at least 2/3 of his hit points, or at least taking damage to 2/3 of his hit points, getting at least 2 kills in the game, and surviving the battle. And on top of that, he got the high caliber because he was dealing the most damage in that game overall. His win rate from the game, 9,079. That's super unicum and a lot more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, look at that. 2,404, easily the highest damage in the game, and nearly double the amount that his next teammate managed to get. The second highest damage in the game went to the M6 he was attacking. He got 1,852 hit points. And in third place, it was the Junu, or one of the Junus, who got 1,457. When it came to kills, we can see that the highest number was, yes, Critical Carpet. He got 4 kills. 3 kills went to the Chinu on his own team and the Hellcat on the enemy team. And when it came to the third place, we've got the 88, the VK3001H, and on the enemy team, their SU-100, who obviously didn't have the big gun. He only had the 85mm. If he'd had the 100mm, it would have been easy for him to take out Critical Carpet with just 2 shots. If he'd had the 122mm with a 399 Alpha, yes, I think he would have been able to take out Critical Carpet with just 1 shot in the right place. Or at least he might have. He might not. But we'll see. Anyway, it probably definitely would have been 2 shots if they'd struck the armor around the gun itself. So let's have a look at base XP, and he's got that one too. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. Critical Carpet. 890 went to Critical Carpet. 826 went to the 88, and he got a proctology exam, yes, by the SU-100, and the 820 got 708. Let's have a look at detail. He fired 23 rounds in the game. Very, very small number of rounds to get a big effect. 19 direct hits on the enemy. None of them penetrated, funnily enough, but he did get 25 splashes as well. 2,404 hit points of damage, of which 2,230 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, the closest shot was right up and personal, actually on the SU-100 at point blank range. He received 3 hits in the game, 2 of them penetrated and 1 non-penetration. Both 2 penetrations came from the 85mm, but it wasn't enough. Even with the alpha being, I think it's a 180 alpha, it could be slightly less, but even with a 180 alpha, he wasn't able to accumulate enough damage to take out a bishop with 2 shots. He needed at least 3, and one of his shots actually hit the hard armor on the bishop, which is actually quite strong, and he didn't get a pen. Either that or he hit the tracks, and he just wasn't able to get through the tracks. But certainly, he survived the battle because one of those shots that the enemy fired at him didn't get through. He blocked 160. Oh, that must be the alpha. Okay, the alpha was 160, not 180. But he blocked 1 shot, and that was what saved him. 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, and on a free-to-play account, he actually made 14,025 credits profit from the game, and he also picked up 1,780 experience points out of it as well, and a healthy mission completion bonus as well in the free XP. So what a great battle that was. It shows that you can get fairly close to the enemy, but you've got to watch out, because sometimes if the enemy turns up with a very big gun, they can take you out. But luckily, that SU-100 just wasn't modified enough. He wasn't upgraded enough. He still had the stock gun, and that was his downfall. He really shouldn't have tried to take on Critical Carpets at close range. What he should have done is try to stand off and shoot him at long range, but try and go for the gun shield, and that way he would have won that duel, because 3 times, if I'm correct, trying to remember the alpha of this vehicle, where is it? It's here in front of me actually. 460, and of course it's 160 on the shot, so it's 360, it's 80. Yes, 480. The SU-180, the SU-100 would have done 480 hit points if he got an alpha shot off each one, and that would have defeated the 460 health of the bishop. So it was all down to the fact that he got too close. If he'd stayed further away, he would have won against the bishop, but he got too close and he paid for it. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.